This is Hannibal here from thehannibaltv.com, and joining me for my very last shoot interview of 2020 is Holidead, who is getting ready to have a big match tonight. I
That's
believe
right.
I'll let you talk about it.
I am honored to be your very last for 2020. That is definitely a good riddance shout out. And I want to say very, very special shout out to Hybrid Wrestling along with Game Changer Wrestling, bringing me in tonight. Going to do the damn thing. Me and Willow Nightingale. We might end 2020. End of the world. It's going down tonight in the ring. I'm excited about it. I'm excited for the violence. I hope you and your people are as well.
I did see a match with Willow Nightingale that Mike actually sent us to put on here. That she was against, I think, Ted Hart's ex-girlfriend. Her name is slipping my mind right now. What the hell is it?
Don't call her that. Jesus Christ.
But my point was, she's Willow is a very large woman. You're very muscular, but I think she has a size advantage tonight. Maria Manic, by the way, Maria Manic. The name that was the match I saw. And fans, if you want to see Willow Nightingale in action, you can look that up. But it's going to be Willow against Holidead tonight.
So Hybrid didn't send you any match of me. They only sent you a Willow match. That sounds kind of
a
little biased.
There is a match of you on this channel from SWE Fury, though.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, we'll go with that. So, backtracking, you're saying you think Willow has the advantage because she got more body? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying that's going to be an obstacle because she definitely has the size advantage, but I'm not necessarily saying that's an overall advantage because it's not always the size of the fight.
I know. Can you see that? Can all that fit in your? Oh! Look at that. Deadliest shoulders in the game for a reason. All right. Size don't matter. I'm lifting all weight, all the above. Check it out tonight. Hybrid Wrestling on GCW YouTube channel for the free. Mr. H talking trash. Mr. H is talking trash. Side talking trash. It's okay. I see. Game recognized game, Mr. H. It's cool.
You seem like you're ready for it. You seem like you've taken some pre-workouts already or something.
I have not. I live for violence. Like I got a lot of anger issues. You know, it's a lot going on up here. So that is my release. I got to fight. I got to get this anger out. I gotta beat people up. I got to do violent things. I got to do bad things. That gets me hyped. I don't know what gets you hyped and gets you going, but hurting people, feeling hurt, feeling pain, giving pain to other people, that does good for me.
It's always fun. I always enjoy that as well.
All right, we can hang out sometime. You know, if the world doesn't end at midnight, like we gotta hook this up.
Mm-hmm. Some people are saying it though. Every year, there's people that say every single year, Nostradamus predicted that this year is going to be the year, and I'm hearing it again this year, but it never seems to happen. So I'm not too worried about it.
I don't know. This year, I mean, like, did it not end already? Like, the way it kind of went down, it's like shit kind of ended. I don't know. A little bit.
It's worse here in Canada as far as regulation.
Canada, eh?
U.S. Yeah, it's really bad here. We're still on lockdown here.
Have you guys got off lockdown and went back on, or you still been on lockdown the whole time?
Been off and on, but our Christmas gift from the government here was to put us back on until January 26th.
But you guys are getting money though, right? Your government's giving you money. Is that true?
Some people.
Okay.
Some people get $2,000 a month here.
All right, okay. You know, we're about to get 600. Somebody did the math, and this comes out like to $1 something a day. So that somebody was like, for $1 something a day, you can support Adopt an American. It's pretty much for $600 $600. So I was like, yeah, you know.
Justin Thomas on here is asking your thoughts on just deathmatch wrestling, and have you ever done a death match?
My thoughts on deathmatch wrestling. Very extreme, you know. I'm a bit extreme myself. I feel like I've died several times in my head and have come back to life there. So I don't need to do the deathmatch thing, you know. I'm all about like the extra physical violence, maybe some hardcore matches or something. I'll let the super extreme state of that. Again, I've already died several times in my head, in my mind, so I don't need to do deathmatch.
Yeah, and I'll be perfectly honest, I don't support it because they just don't pay very well, and the majority of these deathmatch promotions don't test their wrestlers before they do these matches. And even if you are tested, if it's not like a week-old test, you could have caught something over the past year or so. Maybe if it's AEW or something where you know it's going to be done as safely as possible, but when they just give you
everybody's got their thing, you know. If that's your shtick, I'm not gonna knock it. Like if that's what gets you off, you know. Again, violence gets me off. So if you want to go the extra notch, if that gets you off, but then, yeah, get your money. Hopefully, I don't know what people are getting paid. Everybody's different. You know, yeah, you know, the regular violence, that's enough for me. I've died in here and in here, so I'm good. Mm-hmm.
Who trained you for wrestling?
Gangrel, the Vampire Warrior. Shout out to the Wrestling Pops. If he's out there. I know he's not good with the technology. He might not be watching, but shout out to Gang Grizzle. That's the Wrestling Pops. That is my trainer. Homage to the dark side, always.
Victory over him. Which
Say what?
Out there. People can watch that match on this channel, by the way.
Well, you got what?
I beat him up back in 2017.
Is this real life?
In Great North Wrestling up here in Canada.
All right.
We had a showdown to see who the real vampire is, and
I gotta Google that now. I gotta look that up now. I don't know. I'm suspect on that. I don't know.
We actually had a sold out crowd for that one too. It was pretty successful.
If you beat Gangrel, I feel like he beat your ass a good amount. If you got the W.
Yeah, he's tough. I'm not saying
okay.
I was actually surprised at the fight that he gave me. He's definitely tough.
I'm sorry. Why were you surprised at the fight he gave you? Now I'm a little upset. Wait a minute.
Because some of the I'm not saying he's older because he started young and he's been around a long time, but some of the guys from the Attitude Era, for instance, aren't going to give it 100% in the ring, aren't going to hit you as hard as they can, for instance, and he can dish it out and he can take it still. And
for sure.
Well, yeah,
that's one thing I gotta say about him. Like he's been doing this since forever, but like this is his passion, like wrestling. Like whenever he goes out there, he gives it 100%, and like he's always been that guy that's like, if your heart's still not in this, like walk away. Like if you feel like you have nothing else to learn from this business, then you need to walk away because you have nothing left to give. Like he's like the most passionate guy I know about this business, like one of the greatest minds, one of the most underrated talents, and just people of our business. Like he lives and breathes this. So like every time he goes out there, it's always like over 100 for sure.
What did you think about his ex-wife, Luna Vachon?
I feel like she's another like unsung hero, like one of the people that never got her due. She never got enough respect, or never just like for all she did for the business. And unfortunately, that's what it is for a lot of people. Like she was one of those people that, you know, she had to put a lot of people over and make other people look good, and she never got, you know, her applause for that. Unfortunately, she was before her time, like ahead of her game, and she never got her props, I don't think.
Would she? Well, they did put her in the legacy wing of the Hall of Fame. For some reason, they didn't feel she was deserving enough for the main wing, but she was inducted in the legacy wing along with Bruiser Brody, two wrestlers that definitely should have been in the main wing, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And that's how this business does. It's like, I don't want to talk shit on the business, but you know, it will shit on a lot of people that give their heart and soul to it. So like, it's a very unforgiving business. So no doubt.
So if you were trained by Gangrel, I assume you're from Florida.
From the other side of darkness.
The other side of darkness.
Yeah.
So what made you interested in wrestling to want to become a pro wrestler? Was it just you had to find something where you could legally take out your aggression?
No, but I'm glad I did. Like that definitely helps with the mental aspect. But wrestling is my first love. I say that because it's true. My cousin took me to my first house show ages ago, and instantly I fell in love. I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, I need more of it in my life. Like, yeah, it was love it. It was love at first sight, and used to wrestle in the front yard with all the kids and all that stuff. Like it's something that never left me, and now here I am doing this crazy thing, getting my therapy on at the same time. It's beautiful.
Alan Kesselman, one of our members here, says he'd never seen you before, but you seem really cool. And
Alan, need you to step your game up. Alan, go YouTube me. Figure it out. I'm gonna change your life. Watch tonight. Watch Hybrid Wrestling on GCW free YouTube channel. I will change your life. I promise you. You won't forget it. This is your New Year's, Christmas gift. All that. I got you, baby. I got you. Stay tuned.
Mm-hmm. And I do have one of her matches linked in the description of this video as well. And
check the link.
I've been talking for all year that once the lockdown ends, there's going to be more of a focus on female wrestling and Great North Wrestling, because I think female wrestling is the one thing that's like getting more popular, whereas male wrestling seems to be getting less popular. And I think when we return to business in 2020, there's going to be more of a focus in our company up here in Canada on our ladies division. So you're definitely one of the top free agents out there. I don't know if you're still going to be a free agent by the time this lockdown ends, though.
I mean, I don't know if I'm gonna still be wrestling by the time this lockdown ends. Let's be honest. Again, the business is very unforgiving. I have a very love-hate relationship with it. If some of you guys know Triple H's theme song, he says it's all about the game and how you play it. That shit is 100,000% real, you know. And some people play the game a very dirty way. And yeah, you know, I love this. I love the art of wrestling, but the business, I don't care for it so much. You know, if I can continue to do it and it not drive me completely 1,000% insane, I would love to. But I don't know if we'll get back to like a real normal. So we'll see. And then I don't know, those companies out there, they don't seem to like me. So I don't know. We'll see. You know, yeah.
We'll see what happens. And you're right. Some of the people that play dirty are the ones that get the jobs and get the pushes. Unfortunately, that's just the way it works. And the fans might not always understand that. But we have guys like Drew McIntyre that like to say everybody's friends in the back. It's not that way, unfortunately.
No, I mean, like, you know, the wrestling community is small. Like, you know, people from different companies, we all know each other, but that doesn't mean everybody gets along. There's a lot of snakes and dirty people in this business. There's a lot of good people in this business. Like, you know, one thing that does give me hope is seeing like those people that have been good people who have not been pieces of shit. They've always stood by their word. They've always been them. When I see those people like get their just due, and it's very far and few, like the 2%. I'll say like the Eddie Kingston's, Mercedes Martinez. Like when I seen those people like get signed, knowing that they did it being exactly themselves. They didn't kiss anybody's ass. They didn't get on their knees. They've been them the whole time, and they gave their life to this business. And like to see them like finally like get like what they deserve, I'm like, okay, there is hope for like the good guy in real life. But again, that's the 2%. So
now, Spackle 316, you already said you became interested watching a WWE house show, but he wants to know when exactly you became interested, and do you have a favorite horror movie character?
I don't have a year. The very first match I ever saw at a house show was Yokozuna versus Virgil. If that gives you any indication of what time, like that was the very first match I ever saw. It was a fucking squash match, like a minute. And that's what got me on wrestling. Just that, the theatrics of it, just everybody coming to the ring with their music and just like being into their character, like all that drew me in. Yes, a squash match that got me on wrestling.
That a Virgil match,
right? A Virgil match, because he came out, and you know, it was white and red trunks, all hyped. And I'm like, oh my god, like who's this guy? He's into it, you know, like. And Yokozuna came out with his slow music, just big behemoth motherfucker, and I'm just like. You know, as a kid, I'm like, oh, who's this? And then he crushed him in like 2 seconds. I'm like, I need more of this. Give me more. What is this? Let's find out. I need to know about this. So yeah, yep. That's what got me hooked on wrestling.
And what about your favorite horror movie character?
It's between the original Chucky and Candyman. Like Chucky, I don't know. He was a good horror movie, but like he's funny too. Like he had his good lines as he's going in to like take a motherfucker out. Is your show cussing or not? I'm sorry, I've dropped a few bombs.
As long as there's no racism, I think you keep with it.
Okay. Yeah, I already dropped several bombs. So I just wanted to ask now, but yeah, Chuck, but
Well,
Chucky
it's
and
fine, so I can't bleep it out.
cool. All right, good to know. Chucky and I'll say Candyman, just because like I just thought the premise of like an ex-slave coming back to just like wreak havoc on everybody that was fucking boss.
I don't think I've seen that one. I might have to.
Oh my god, Hannibal, Jesus.
Did you ever see
know,
Chucky in WCW, by the way, when he did that angle with Rick Steiner?
I missed that. No, I have no idea. No.
It was one of the low points of
Okay.
WCW.
I was like, yeah, I know nothing about that. No.
John Snyder says he's a big fan of hybrid wrestling, and he's really looking forward to your match tonight. He says you're one of the best today, super underrated.
John, appreciate you. Appreciate your respects and everything. Yes, hybrid wrestling is coming back. We appreciate you watching. Tell your friends, get the watch parties out. Hybrid wrestling is gonna be on GCW YouTube channel, free tonight. Looking forward to this violence.
I don't know much about hybrid wrestling. Mike's only been just telling me about it. Could you tell us a little bit about the company?
Well, Mike did run hybrid wrestling for a while. He did take a little bit of a hiatus. You know, that's what the business does to you sometimes. But he's got a love for it. Coming back, you know, he's got his women's match. I think again, as you said, you think women's wrestling will be a focus of next year. I think that's something he wants to focus on too. Just a lot of great talent out there, and I know that's something he's looking to work with. So be on the lookout for that in hybrid wrestling for sure.
There's a fan on here, one of our members, Biggest Richard Cranium, says Florida is the state where crazy things happen.
Okay. I mean, it's a little random. I'm not from Florida, but yes, that is the state where crazy things happening. I don't want to get into that because I'll get too political. But yeah, that's the kind of like anything goes in Florida. If you want to go do some effed up stuff, go to Florida. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Mike says you're pretty. How come you're not in WWE? I'm sure you don't.
Oh my God. Mike, these big companies, they don't like me. That's what it is. Yeah. Boom.
Now you're telling us you woke up like that, but Walter says cool makeup, and Splatter Fodder says, how long does it take you to paint your makeup?
I don't paint my face. Okay, so I don't wake up like this. I'll take it back. But my face is like a mood ring. It's like, you know, when my mood changes, when it's about time to get violent, shit just start evolving and morphing. Like I don't have control of it. You know, it's like a mood ring. You guys ever wore a mood ring? You just start changing colors on you. Yeah, so my face does that as such.
I have no idea what this guy's saying. Non-binary work with 2 R's. I don't get it.
I don't know either. I don't know. Sorry, brother.
Rich says Holidead versus Willow is going to be pure fire tonight.
Rich is effing right. It's going to be fire tonight. Hybrid Wrestling is bringing you the best female wrestling out in the game, son. Check it out on GCW YouTube channel because it's free. This is me. No pre-workout. Nothing. This is me before the match. So make sure y'all check it out. Okay? Cool.
Walter Johnson wants to know your thoughts on Thunder Rosa and AEW.
I think it's fucking amazing. Great talent. That's my sister, and I love to see her get opportunities on bigger and better platforms. So that is my thoughts on it.
Brad loves your face paint.
Come on, guys.
Love seeing.
Come on, guys. I don't wear face paint. It's like a mood ring. My shit just morphs. Okay. Yeah, I gotta learn. Come on.
That's one thing people need to take away from this interview. And Scott wishes everyone a happy new year, and he hopes that things get better next year.
Scott, we might all explode. Me and Willow might explode in the ring. 2020 is over. Everything. But thank you, and I hope you have a happy new year too.
Biggest Richard Cranium is wondering if you've heard the rumors about Virgil allegedly being able to perform autofellatio on himself.
No, man. No, I have no. I don't know where no.
He was fired.
I know nothing. I know nothing about this.
In the 80s for doing that in the dressing room. Jerry.
Is that a true story? Or just like
yeah.
We don't have proof of this. Like, is there proof? There's no proof, right? We can't prove that.
Well, if you want to take Psycho Sid's word for it, he seems credible.
Yeah, I never heard about that. No, that's above my head. I don't want to know about that. I could have went all 2020 without knowing that information. Thank you for putting that in my brain now.
This is a little off topic, but this came up in another interview, and the fans like to know this. Does size matter for a person like Holidead?
No, size doesn't matter. I'll go in the ring with anybody. I'll beat anybody down, big, small, whatever. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about, but yeah, boom, that's your answer.
Brad Bandicoot says, being as unique as you are, what would you like to see differently in women's wrestling?
I mean, not just women's wrestling, but just wrestling in general. I just want to see just people that aren't getting the shot. Like, I feel like a lot of time in wrestling, it's the same couple of people. They get an opportunity, and then promoters want to piggyback on that. Oh, this person was on TV. Let me book them on all my shows, and let me book them on all my shows. So you have the same couple people, but there's so much talent out there. And if you're not being booked on TV, a lot of times promoters don't want to look at you. Indie promoters, and it's like, that's what we're here for, to work the indies and work the circuits. But I feel like a lot in this day and age, if you're not getting booked on TV, indie promotions don't want to use you. And I feel like that's trash. And it's like, there's so much talent out here. There's so much untapped talent, and people don't want to do the work and look and find and research what's good out here. They just want to say, oh, this person has a good following. They got on here. Let me book them. They must be good. Like, people don't do their research. So not just in women's wrestling, but just in wrestling in general.
Richard Menz wants to know your thoughts on indie wrestling promoters in general. Are there any good ones these days? Well, you have one in the room with you right
Absolutely.
now.
There are good indie promoters out there. My man Mike, Hybrid Wrestling. He's definitely one of the good ones. He takes care of his talent. He's not a creep. You know, there are some good promoters out there, but I mean, it's like any business. There's gonna be some shitty people out there. There's gonna be some bad people out there, and like, in this business is full of a lot of bad people. Again, I put the promoters and the wrestlers in that same. There's that 2% that there are the good ones out there. They're gonna look out for you. They're gonna make sure you're taken care of, and then. And in typical, like, this business, you got scumbags, and that's on both sides, the wrestlers and the promoters. There's the bad ones and there's the good ones, but the good ones are far few between.
You have
we do got the good ones. Like I said, my man Mike, Hybrid Wrestling. Again, we got a match tonight. GCW, Hybrid Wrestling got 3 matches. Check it out, GCW YouTube channel for the free 8 p.m. It's going down.
And that's a combined show for people wondering why it's on GCW's YouTube channel. But I'm noticing that your nails are very unique for a diva. Can we get a closer look?
Whoa. Now we got to rewind. I don't think I've ever been referred to as a diva. What is that? What is that?
Well, all of the lady wrestlers are.
No, man. No, I'm a women's wrestler. I'm sure you didn't mean it in any kind of bad way, but there was a point in time, in the World Wrestling Entertainment Federation where there was the Divas era. And, no disrespect to anybody that was in that time. That's cool, but we have moved past that, because I think we feel at that time a lot of that era wasn't really focused on the wrestling. It was just focused on the ladies being done up and all that stuff. And so, nobody got to refer to me as a diva. But yeah, but my nails are fly, like me. That's all. Appreciate you noticing.
They're definitely, they fit you very well.
Thank you. I try to coordinate.
We are also streaming this on our The Hannibal TV Facebook page, and James is watching over on there, where it's ad-free for anyone that wants to like our page. He says, what's your favorite Brody Lee match?
It's probably not even a match that, was ever on television. It's probably some stuff from his indie days. I know him and Eddie Kingston had a lot of good stuff. Like, that was actually somebody, like, I studied some of his work, RIP, shout out to him and his family. A very unfortunate event, accident that happened. But again, that's somebody that I studied. Like, I like to watch bigger guys as a bigger girl, to study. But yeah, I would definitely, if anybody wants to watch some of his stuff, I think a lot of his, again, another unsung hero. I think a lot of his very great stuff has come from his indie days. And I think if anybody wants to check that out, that's where you should start for sure.
Splatter Fodder wants to know, and I think this is a legitimate question: is your face the only part of your body that morphs?
Nah, and not everybody gets to see that. So nah. Oh, it's not for everybody. Not for everyone, kids. That's all I got to
say. See you versus Melina, who I've interviewed a bunch of times. She's one of my favorite divas. What are your thoughts on her?
I'm down to fight anybody, as long as I'm here and I'm still wrestling. And if somebody wants to book it, again, I'm down to work. I love to do this crazy stuff. So if somebody wants to work me, somebody wants to go, let's go.
Big Dummy wants to know what your finisher is.
Big Dummy. My finisher. Actually, shout out to Christopher Daniels. Did take that. The variation of the Angel's Wings. Mm-hmm. So if you're familiar with that, then you know what I'm talking about.
I'm not, and I should know that because I've been in
the Oh no! All right, now you got homework too. You got to YouTube that. All right.
Yeah.
Disappointing. Come on.
Biggest Richard Cranium says, if you could wrestle any man or woman in the profession, past or present, who would it be, and what would be your dream Broadway match if you had to go an hour with somebody?
All that entire question, I'm gonna go with Miko Satomura. I feel like in my mind, that's the GOAT of women's wrestling. Like being in Japan before and just like having been around her and just like watching her work is like, it's like awe. Like it's like how students watch doctors and they perform and they're like that's how like watching her wrestle is like I think she's the greatest women's wrestler out there. Like, and I know she's a little older, but like she fucking goes like balls to the walls. And like in Japanese wrestling, they do usually do like their matches are pretty longer and like she can go, she goes hard hitting. Like I love everything about her. Like if that's my dream match, if I could ever like one person bucket list, definitely her.
Can you tell us about your Japanese wrestling? I don't really follow the wrestling scene over there. Maybe you could share who you worked for over there and some of your matches you've had.
I haven't. It's been a while. It's actually since when I kind of like broke into the business. I worked for Stardom. I did 2 tours over there in 2015 and 2016. Some of the people I worked actually happened to go to WWE. People, Kairi Hojo. I don't know what they called her now. I think it's the same thing. I worked a good amount of matches with her over there. Io Shirai, I think she's one of the greatest performers as well. That's somebody I worked as well a lot over there. I worked with Chris Wolf, if you're not familiar with her. She's now retired. Kimura-san, that's the mother of Hannah, who passed this year as well. So those might be some names that you might be familiar with.
Now, I'm going to guess no one can cyberbully you, but what are your thoughts on that whole Hana Kimura situation there where she committed suicide, I guess, due to cyberbullying?
That was a really fucked up situation. That's something that hurt me, a lot of people, and like it still does to this day. Like, that's like somebody I consider like a little sister, and like she was like people say this, but like she was legit like the sweetest person ever. Like she never like had no shit. Like she always had a smile. Like she was just the kindest person. Like but she was so like I felt like she was very innocent and like naive about a lot of stuff. And so like just to hear like that it went down that way, it was just like it just made me so fucking angry. Like I wanted to go on like social media and go on rants and stuff, but I mean like I just posted pictures and like memories and stuff. But just remembering the kind of person she was, like I chose not to go on rants, and because that's not what she was about. Like, I don't know. I feel like the whole internet like thing is a little messed up because people got a lot of courage online and stuff, but they would never come to your face and say some of the stuff that they do. I just feel like a lot of people need to get their like shit punched in, and that's just how I feel about it.
Yeah, a lot of people are very rude online for sure, but if you're the more famous you get, the more haters you're going to get. That's just an unfortunate thing, but look at it on the bright side that more people know who you are, I guess, and they're hating on you.
I don't know, man. It just shows you how like ugly the world can be, and just like a lot of that is just so unnecessary. That's all.
Did you have any Japanese mafia interactions while you were over there? We always hear that they like sponsor dinners and so forth.
If I did, I didn't know about him. I mean, I went to some sponsored dinners. If they were mafia sponsored dinners, I had no idea. I just came for the free food. And that's I got no beef with nobody. I don't know who does what. No comment.
How was the food over there?
Oh, it's amazing. Oh my god. Oh, having flashbacks. No, like they can eat and they drink. They love to do that. And if you're a foreigner, they want to take you out to eat and they want to take you out to drink, and they don't let your plate or your cup get empty. So, yeah, very, very, very good people over there for sure.
Speaking of which, what would you say your favorite food is and your favorite drink?
Like in general, all time?
Yes.
When you say drink, you're talking about alcoholic beverage, I'm assuming, right?
Well, you insinuate that you drank, judging by that Japan story.
If we're talking about Japan, there's this drink called Strong Zero. It's not beer. I don't know what the fuck it is. You get it at the convenience store, but like it comes in a can. But like, if anybody's over there in Japan and you want to send me some, like, you could do that. Like, I approve. Like my last tour, like you can ask Thunder Rosa. Like I bought a 6-pack and I packed it, like, and it was like a stash. Like, something special happened. I opened it. Like, but that's not my favorite drink. But over there, Strong Zero's number one. If we're talking about the spirits, Jack Daniels. If we're not talking about the spirits, water. Yeah.
Well, it's a good thing you like water because obviously that's going to help you a lot in professional wrestling, keeping that physique. You don't want to have those sugary drinks. Spack16 wants to know if you met anyone in the business that heavily influenced you.
I mean, my trainer, obviously, like Gangrel, that's somebody I still talk to this day. Like if I have any problems or just anything I ever need to talk about, like I can text him or call him at the drop, and like he's there. Like I talk to him during this pandemic, just tell him about how stuff, about how I feel or whatever. Like again, like I have a passion for this business, and that's somebody who does as well. And like if he sees that in you, like he'll be there for you always. And like he's somebody that's helped me along my career. Like just with my character, people ask about it, and some people think I got it from other people and all that bullshit or whatever. But like he's that person that told me, as far as your character, like you have to believe. Like he always told me, like you need to go to your dark place and you need to figure out who Holidead is and bring that out. Like you have to transform that, because if whatever you're presenting to the people, if they don't believe it, like if you don't believe it, they won't. And that's something I take with me today. And like, because people see face paint and they're like, oh cool, where'd you get this from? And like I always say, like it's not a gimmick. Like this is me. This is my other side. When shit turns, when I can turn that knob. I say I have anger issues. I say I got shit wrong up here. Like I do. Like people, you write that on Instagram. People are like, ha ha. Like no, this is fucking me. I'm a whatever. And wrestling helps me to get all that out. So yeah, word.
What are your workouts like?
I mean, it's changed up since the pandemic. I like to lift heavy. I like to lift heavy shit. Like, it's changed up though. Like, I do weight training. I do some P90X. Some days I just go run like 20 flights of stairs a couple times. I work out on a Versa climber machine. Like, I like to work out. Like I have a passion for wrestling. Like I have a passion for fitness. Like it's therapeutic for me. Like being in the gym, lifting heavy ass weights. Like it just helps me release so much. So I just like to be lifting. If that answered the question, I don't know. I ramble.
And so you can imagine how angry I am these days that I can't lift heavy weights, because people say, you can just work out at home, but they have no idea how much weights cost.
It's not the same either. It's not the same. Sometimes you just need that environment. Like you need to be out of your home and be in that zone or whatever too. It's a difference. It's a difference.
You can't really get in the zone at home because there's
you can't. It's not the same.
Dog like I do that. But Walter Johnson says, "How much coffee did you drink today?"
Okay, I woke up. I popped a caffeine pill. Then I did make myself a nice big cup of coffee, and I have drank a Monster. So that's only like 3. I don't know, and that's been a while too. Actually, I don't know. I'm a hyper person. I get to wrestle today. It's been a while. We're in a pandemic. Wrestling is far and few. I get to wrestle. It makes me hype. I'm a hybrid person when I wrestle. But thank you.
Vohal says, thank the Lord we've moved on from the Diva era. It's all pure women's wrestling now. I don't know if it's all that way, but there's more.
It's not all that way. I mean, we still have a ways to go in women's wrestling, but I mean, I definitely like the direction it's taken since the Divas era. And like, I mean, if you watch, the Divas era, it was all about like bra and panties matches or like strip beatdown or whatever. Like, it wasn't about wrestling. It was about TNA. It was tits and ass. I mean, that's what even the commentators are saying it. Like, we've definitely moved a long way, but we still have a ways to go. Where, there's shows where still women's matches aren't featured, or it's only one match or whatever. Like, like we're still in that minority, and so like we're moving in the right direction, but we're not still there yet. So. But shout out to Hybrid Wrestling, putting the spotlight on us. Appreciate them.
I don't remember what Jim Ross said exactly, but about a month or two ago, he made some like Attitude Era like comments in a Diva or in a girls match, and he got so much online heat for it. So that just goes to show you time.
And I mean, and we're in this day too where it's like you got to watch what you say or anything, like, because everything's being recorded and. It's the cancellation era. So it's like, everything has changed, so we got to be careful. That's why can I cuss on this show? They're going to cancel me,
Well, I think I'm one of the laid back people. And luckily I work for myself, so I don't really have to worry about being fired, but I don't think I'm anything like Joey Ryan.
I have no comment. I'm going to leave that. I'm not touching that one at all.
Joe Fo in the Ring, who has a podcast here. He's a member. He's has a podcast here in Canada, in Montreal. He says, if WWE or AEW call you tomorrow with a contract, which one are you picking and why?
I don't think it's an easy answer as I'm going to pick this one over the other one. Like, contracts come with details. It's not, neither contract will be the same. Both contracts will have specific details, and like all that's a big part of it. So I couldn't say I would pick this company over this company. Like, I got to see what's out in black and white, and whatever contract offered the best opportunity for me to do what I love and like put me in a good position. That's where I'll go. But I can't say just based off something so bland. No, not trying to be an ass. Just saying.
Yeah, people don't always think about the contract details. I mean, we know AEW allows a little bit more freedom than WWE, but. Who knows? You'd have to have them both in front of you. They both have positive and negatives about them.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about contracts, kids. I don't know. Asking the wrong person. I don't know.
Mike wants to know, what do you think about Pat Patterson passing away?
I mean, I think it's, sad anytime someone in our business passes. I mean, people have different stories and stuff on, I can't speak on that. I've never met the man personally. I just, all I know is what he contributed to our business. So for that, it's a loss. But again, everybody has their stories. And like, as I said before, it's different types of people in this business. I can't speak to that because I don't know that, it's a sad loss for our business. That's all.
Definitely a controversial character, but also had great contributions. So Bobby Lincoln wants to know, in your opinion, what the best match you had was.
Oh man, I don't know. I don't know. I haven't wrestled a whole lot now, so now I gotta think back. Because the last match I had was with Tasha Steelz. I think that was pretty effing amazing. So that can go in the top. This is a match I had with Thunder Rosa. We were born the same year, like 3 hours apart. We had a birthday match. There was like Pinata's birthday cake. So that was that's on YouTube. It was no DQ match. You could check that out. Birthday match. That's in the top. I was in the UK right before the pandemic happened in March, against Sami Zayn working for Eve. That was one of the top matches. And for Progress Wrestling in the UK versus Toni Storm and Lana Austin. So I guess top 5, you could say. Those are all somewhere. Those ones on Progress are on the WWE Network. The other ones should be on YouTube or somewhere. So check it out.
Big John says he watched you in GTS Wrestling. He thought that was the coolest thing ever. Would you consider going back there? I have no idea what that is. Maybe you can fill us in.
Big John, GTS, that is Grimm's Toy Show. That is a That's another YouTube sensation. They bring in wrestlers. I appreciate you watching and seeing me there, John. I would always, I never say never. If the opportunity happens, again, we're in a pandemic. There's not a whole lot of wrestling. If somebody wants to, fans always say, "Would you go here or here?" There's not a lot of places I wouldn't go. What you got to do is tell the promoters, "Hey, bring this person in." A lot of fans say, "Hey, would you go here or here?" It's like, yeah, I'd go there. But if they're not going to book me, I'm not going to just show up because, I do this as a job, got to get paid. But yeah, I enjoy my time there. I would go there again if they, invited me back.
Hey, very nice smile you have, by the way. For an evil.
Okay. My eyes are half open. I can't see. I don't know.
Your teeth are very white for a coffee drinker.
Fucking right. Oh, it's good. I feel like they'd be getting stained. Cool.
Mike D wants to know if you were a Bad News Brown fan. I was actually friends with Bad News before he passed away. He was a great guy.
I can't say that's somebody that was on my radar for sure. Unfortunately, sorry about that. Please don't hate me. Don't hate me.
Who is?
That's all I got.
Who would you like to wrestle the most in both WWE and AEW as far as women? If you could choose like your dream match in each of those promotions.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I do not watch a lot of wrestling that is on TV, so I couldn't really tell you like who's on whose roster, honestly. So yeah. I mean, I know Swole works for AEW. I've worked with her on the Indies before. We got good chemistry, so I'd definitely be down to throw down with Swole anytime, anywhere, because I know she can go top tier talent. So for sure, her. I don't watch a whole lot of WWE. I can't say who's on the roster. Yeah, I mean, but some people I have worked that are there now. Like Tony Storm, EO. Like those are some people that like they're where they're at for a reason, and I would. Anytime step in the ring with them is an absolute pleasure.
Fire with Fire 24/7. She answered what superstar made her want to be a pro wrestler earlier. It was Virgil.
No. That I did not say. Okay, let me take that back. That's the first match I ever saw. That's what made me. Seeing that first match made me fall in love with wrestling. Who made me want to become a wrestler? I mean, I'll just go telling you who my favorite is. The Undertaker, like the whole dark side is the best side. That's not a gimmick. I'm really fucking about the dark side. Like I fuck with that shit. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. Boom.
Do you think the Undertaker is really made his last appearance, and we're never going to see the entrance again, and we're never going to see another match again?
I mean, you can't say in wrestling because I mean, like guys retire and they come back and come back. Like if that was his last appearance, I would be okay with it. Like like. I do feel like sometimes, there are times when it's time to go and be done. But I mean, he's a loyal guy. WWE has done a lot for him, so I understand. If he gets that call, he probably show up again. But if that was his last time, last time ever in the ring, I'm okay with it. I'm okay if he sit back. Ha! And the Virgil I saw had red and white pants on. Yeah, his pants were red and striped. So, why are you putting your graphics up? Get it right, sir.
All right, we'll look that up. What's your favorite match, by the way?
It had to be a Mankind match. Like I don't know what, but like that whole series, because like I feel like that was the first opponent that they brought that brought a different side to him. Like that was the first guy that really like took it to him and like who's this guy? Who's this lunatic that's messing up my dude? Like what's going on? And they came up with all these like boiler room match, like Buried Alive match. I think like the Buried Alive match, that was one of my favorite that they had. But that whole feud there, like that was took Taker, I think, to another different extreme.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that Buried Alive match, but I know the Executioner Terry Gordy was involved in it somehow.
Oh, you're killing me, Hannibal. You're killing me.
Michael Norton met you in Portland at a DOA show. He wants to see you in AEW so you can face Thunder Rosa. Do you have a dream list you want to face?
Nico Satomura. That's right now it's hard to say, honestly. Like I don't know. I can't say how long I'll be in the ring. Like this pandemic looming and like the way things are changing. like Miko, that's the top. You know, if I could work her, I'll be good. I'm pretty sure I had a list at one point, but yeah, she's on it, and that's about it. Me and Thunder Rosa have worked like probably 1,000 times though.
Very good. And there is an interview with her on this channel if people want to look that up. Raul wants to say hello from El Paso, Texas. He loves your wrestling style.
Raul from El Paso. Appreciate the love. Appreciate you loving my style. And that's what's up. Yeah.
What do you think about the Texas wrestling scene? Because I was just down there a few weeks ago, and it seems that Texas and Florida are the places for wrestling these days.
Florida is the place if you're signed to AEW, I would say. Other than that, I wouldn't go that far. But I think Texas has a lot of talent there. Like Jasmine Allure. There's Maddie. I'm gonna mess up her name. I can't say her last name. Bert Vixen. But there's a whole slew of freaking talent in Texas. I think Untapped or whatever. Like it's a lot of female wrestlers. I'm talking about a lot of good girls out there for sure. Promise Braxton's out there. Shout out to her.
I think it's Maddie Ranowski or something. You're
breaking up.
Oh
yeah. I don't want to butcher her name. I know.
Okay. Anyways, there was a bunch of them that just had AEW tryouts, and Jazz trained them all. Someone on here earlier is wondering if you would ever face Jazz. I mean, she is back in Impact Wrestling, but I think she's retired from everywhere else.
Again, when fans ask, would you face this person, work this person? Most of the time my answer is yes. But again, I'm just a wrestler. I'm not a booker. So like, as fans, you guys got to realize like a lot of stuff stops, is beyond my power. Like I'd love to wrestle at so many places. I'd love to wrestle so many people, but a promotion has to want to book me and go from there. Like, so yeah. But yeah, I would love to work Jazz. I know Jazz. I love Jazz. She's a great person. Someone, I've talked to a lot about the business, struggles in the business, just being a woman of color. I love her as a person, for real.
Ibzan wants to know if you ever met Alundra Blaze.
Medusa, I have. Okay, so you want to know how I met Medusa? So, it was in Japan with Stardom, and like the foreigners, we meet like when we're about to go to a show that's like in another city. We meet at the office and get in a bus, and so we met at the office, and we're all standing at the bus, and like this water bottle comes from like the 7th, 8th floor and like nearly misses up. We look up and like Medusa says something like, "What's up, mother?" Something like that. And it was like, okay, that's Medusa. All right. And that's how we met Medusa. It's like, all right, it's going to be an interesting trip. Yeah.
I understand now she's an AEW talent scout from what I get.
I know nothing about that. I don't work for that.
Okay.
I don't work for them. I couldn't tell you.
I think she attended a Mission Pro Wrestling event that all those SWE girls were on, and she was the one that got them all of their dark matches out of that. Jay-Z wants to know the craziest trip you ever pulled on someone.
I don't really do pranks. I don't know if that's more of the guy things. Like, I don't think that females are about that. I'm gonna circle back, but I don't think females really do the ribbon shit. That's like, yeah, I don't think we do that.
I really hope that goes away. I know some people like it, but I'm not a fan of that either.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think I've experienced too much of that. Not on the female side. Yeah, maybe it's died down. Or I don't know.
Someone's asking, what's your opinion on Hulk Hogan?
I mean, from a business standpoint, he definitely revolutionized a lot and brought a lot of eyes and changed a lot for the business, and I'll leave it at that.
Funniest question of the day: who is your favorite giant wrestler?
Does that mean like big? I don't know. What does that mean? I don't know.
Well,
my favorite giant wrestler?
Giant Gonzalez. There's the Great Khali.
Somebody with the name Giant in it. Is that what it mean? Okay. Who's the guy that had the bodysuit? Who's the guy that had the bodysuit?
That's Giant Gonzalez.
Yeah, I'm only gonna say him because I remember he fought Undertaker at WrestleMania 9, and like he took him out with the chloroform. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's all I got.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he wore the bodysuit. Yeah, we'll go with that.
And rest in peace to him. He's dead. Apparently, he had. I actually interviewed Bill Alfonso, who was a referee in WWE at the time, and he was his handler. And supposedly, when he would get girls, he would want Bill to start with them to loosen them up before he got in there.
See, this is all information I could have like left 2020 without knowing, like the Virgil thing, this thing, like
Yeah.
I could have left 2020 without knowing any of this. I just want to keep throwing this back to you, Hannibal, like stuff like that. I don't need to know. I don't need to know.
That's one of the issues the Giant wrestlers have.
I know nothing. Yeah, I know nothing about that. Not in my lane at all. Nope.
Devin Cario says, have you ever taken a light tube or barbed wire bump?
Nah, I wrestle. I don't. I've done hardcore matches, like, been to tables, chairs, and stuff. But like, yeah, no. Respect to the death match guys, and they doing all that stuff. But I'm gonna leave that in their lane, and yeah, I'm cool. Nah.
Someone said you have the charisma to lead a faction someday, similar to what The Undertaker did with the Ministry in the late 90s.
That's a fucking amazing comment. Like, I appreciate you for that. Because and a lot of people, they don't like Ministry Taker. That was my favorite. Again, the dark side is the best side. It's not a gimmick. I'm about this dark side life, people. Like, I thought that was the best shit ever. Before he went with the corporation and they turned it all McMahon-y, whatever. But, like, Ministry Taker, like... Yes, it's great. Loved it.
Did Papa Shango scare you as a kid?
No, because I mean, like, Undertaker was my favorite wrestler growing up. Like, motherfucker, like, building his own, like, caskets and stuff. Like, for the first coffin match, he built that. I know you don't know, Hannibal. You're not hip to it, but, like, again, no, like, my favorite wrestler was digging graves and stuff. So, no, it was cool.
He also built Kamala's casket.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that first match, they called it a coffin match, and they did a whole promo where he built it and everything. Like, yeah, it was boss. It was fucking badass. Who does that, right? Come on.
So, as far as your social media, and I don't know if you have a pro wrestling tee store or a merch store.
Oh, is it plug time? Do you want me to plug myself? Is it plug time?
Yeah, I think because you seem to be getting some fans. I think you've gained some new fans on here.
Hey, that's fine. That's cool. All right, it's plug time. I have a YouTube channel. It's called Holidead. If you see the name there, you look that up. I have a Facebook fan page called Holidead. You can follow me at Twitter at Holidead. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's Holidead and I. That's all one word. If you're looking for merch, you can go to www.storefrontier.com/Holidead. If you want to go to Pro Wrestling Tees, you can do that too. I'm on there. If you want to buy some exclusive merch, you can email me at holideadwrestling@gmail.com. And I think those are all of my plugs. Yeah, find me. I'm out there.
Are you wearing one of your shirts?
I'm not, but I am wearing something very savage. If you can see it, I can't coordinate my life.
Yeah. Oh, there you go.
Oh,
We hear your impression. We'll put you on.
Oh, yeah, brother. The Macho Man Randy Savage. It goes around and around. The cream of the crop. The cream always rises to the top, Mean Gene. That was a man that could cut promos, people.
Do you know?
If you're not hip on Macho, go to YouTube and watch some of his promos.
Have you heard his coffee promo? Because you seem like that would be a fitting one for you.
I'm sure I have. Is it because I sound hyper right now? Is that it?
He talks about a cup of coffee and he holds up the imaginary cup of coffee.
Yeah. I've seen that one.
That's one of the best ones. Someone's asking if you're a Demolition fan.
I'm not a non-fan. They're great tag team. There were never people I would like gung-ho about. I'm not a non-fan, if that makes sense.
Dr. Smith X just joined your channel, so you got at least
effing right, Dr. Smith. F&A.
Now, Joey Donald wants to know your thoughts on Tony Atlas. By the way, Mike, if you could hear me, he still owes me the drawing. But what are your thoughts on Tony Atlas?
I love Tony Atlas. It's great. No, I met Tony before. I know him. I walked on his face before. He drew me a picture. He's a great guy. I love Tony. Like, no, Tony's awesome. He's crazy. I love it. He's a good guy.
He walked on his face.
And he asked, he asked. We were at a convention. Like the convention just started, and he's like, "Oh, you gotta walk on my face." I thought he was joking, and next thing, walking on his face, and good times, yeah.
I've seen a couple videos of girls doing that because he has talked about that to me in interviews. Like he says it doesn't actually like make him come or anything. It just like arouses him in a weird way. But it's whatever. Everyone has their own thing.
Everybody's got their own thing, man. But I'm not here to judge.
The question is, I've seen that one video where the girl's actually like kicking him with the boots, and others.
I haven't seen that. I don't know nothing about that. I can't comment on that. I don't know.
Okay, so you were more gentle with him.
Yeah, there was no kicking her. I don't know. Yeah, that wasn't my forte. Nah.
Do you have a favorite Tony Atlas or Saba Simba match?
No. Don't put me on the spot like that. I don't. No, I just love him. He's a good person. He's a great dude. Always somebody to get talked to and just have a good time.
I would like to see him at Great North Wrestling up here as Saba Simba with you managing him, looking like that. I think that would be a winning combination. That might have been.
I mean, hey, I get it. If you get it booked, again, I'm just a wrestler. If you get it booked, you get me booked, I'll show up. I'm here to do my job. You get it booked, I'll be there.
It would be interesting to see. It'd be kind of.
All right, talk to Mike. Talk to Mike.
Is Mike your official agent? How can people book you? If people want to book you, by the way.
No, people want to book me. Like all of those socials I gave out. But if you want to book me, please email me at holideadwrestling@gmail.com. If you can't find me there, you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you want to shoot me a message there, preferably holideadwrestling@gmail.com. The email, the official way. But yeah, let's do it. Let's do some wrestles. I'm still here. I'm here till I ain't.
Now, The Rock's daughter has had numerous injuries now that seem to be sidetracking her. But do you think when she finally gets on TV, because she's the daughter of literally possibly the biggest star in the world these days, do you think that's going to give women's wrestling another boost?
I don't know if it'll give it a boost per se. I mean, part of the business, if you are, somebody's daughter or whatever, like, that's just what it is. Like, the business likes to take care of its second, third generation or whatever. So like, I don't know if it'll give it a boost, but it'll definitely bring some eyes because, if, they do something with her, it's obviously a possibility of him coming back and doing something, which, he'll definitely bring eyes to something. So yeah, that's my answer.
I can't see him not wanting to give his daughter the rub unless she's just the drizzling shits, which I don't think that would almost be funny.
I don't know. Yeah.
And the last woman wrestler I'll ask you about is Ronda Rousey. She made some comments earlier this year about calling wrestling fake and all this, even though she made so much money from wrestling. But now I've seen her in recent months training with Teal Piper. So what's your overall opinion of Ronda Rousey?
She did a lot to bring attention to MMA and the whole UFC thing. So, I can understand why WWE would bring her in. I mean, they're a business. They're about entertainment. They're about money. So, if you go back to freaking the beginning of WrestleMania, they've always been about cross promotion and like bringing people from other like genres and outlets in. So like, that's not a surprise. I don't know. I think it goes back to like, just the internet noise and like, I love the fans, but wrestling fans can be like fucking brutal at times. And like, and some people are not ready for that. And like, And I mean, it's a thing where, like, we're the entertainers. We're not supposed to let that show. Like, if the fans are getting to us, like, don't play into that. And I think part of that is, like, that she wasn't ready for the outside noise of wrestling fans, because I feel like wrestling fans can be some of the harshest and cruelest, at the time. I can get, I can get wrestling fans, I can get what their problem was, and I can get what her problem was. So, but, she's still gonna get her coin. So, hey, whatever.
There's so many comments on here about your makeup. I think that's the biggest subject of today.
I don't wear makeup. My face is a mood ring. It just like transforms. And no, if I did wear makeup, no, I did not get this. It was not inspired from anyone else. If I did wear makeup, it was not taken from anyone else. You can quote that, take it to the bank. Ask my trainer, Gangrel, if you want to know about it.
Well, to close this off, you are taking on Willow Nightingale tonight.
Willow Nightingale is going down courtesy of Hybrid Wrestling, which will be on GCW's YouTube channel for the free 8 p.m. Check it out. Hybrid Wrestling, bringing you 3 matches. Me, Holidead versus Willow Nightingale is one of them. We might end 2020 and the world might end in the match, and just everything's going to go. So I hope y'all watch.
Thank you for watching the Hannibal TV. Please like this video if you enjoyed it.